Welcome to episode 348 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today, me and Wade are looking at whether or not Jalen Hurts will have a breakout year with the Philadelphia Eagles next year, second year in the league. But before we get into that topic, question for the video, of course, who is the all-time passing leader for the Philadelphia Eagles? If you know the answer, comment it below. But if you do not worry. We will reveal the answer at the end. Wade, what are your thoughts on Jalen Hurts? Is this his breakout year, year two, or not?
I think he has the talent to. I think he could make this his breakout year, but I don't think it will be because of all the question marks surrounding that organization. Had a very, very poor season this last year. Signed a new head coach in Nick Sirianni, something. I don't know if you saw his press conference. He looked like he didn't know how to speak English.
Yeah.
I don't have much faith in him. I don't know what all he's done. And depending on how they do this draft, it could help him a little bit. He does need some weapons. They have Rieger, Alshon Jackson.
Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert.
So some decent receivers, but no big name that he can rely on all the time. So I'd like to see him get him some more weapons and just some more help all around. I think that he has a talent too. He's a great mobile quarterback with good arm accuracy and arm talent all around. I think he has the potential to be a great quarterback, whether that be with the Eagles or not. I do not think the Eagles are setting him up for success, especially with all the questions that are going on in management right now and all that.
Yeah, I mean, a quick answer to this question would be whether or not Jalen Hurts is even starting next year. Like, maybe they'll roll with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts is back on the bench. That would create a no to that answer very, very fast. So, assuming he is starting, I think, agree with Wade, he does have a lot of potential, but a couple problems is definitely the offensive line, one of the worst in the league. We've seen how much Carson Wentz got sacked. With Jalen Hurts, it wasn't much. He still got hit plenty, but it wasn't as much as compared to Carson Wentz because of his mobility. He was able to escape the pocket, avoid the pressure, so on and so forth, which actually opened up the passing game and running game for the Eagles. There is talent there, of course, with the receivers. I do think Deshaun Jackson, he's a little bit out of his prime, way out of his prime. Alshon Jeffrey kind of has butterfingers. Zach Ertz might be leaving, and Jalen Rieger is not panning out like they wanted, but they do have the potential to put together a few good last years if they all stick together and Jalen Rieger emerges. In the backfield, solid with Miles Sanders, a big fan of him. Defense isn't too bad, so he's not have the worst defense in the league with Darius Slay Jr. and Fletcher Cox. There is a lot of talent there, but clearly it still needs not the supporting cast that is ideal. Along with that coach, I don't have a lot of faith in him for sure. But, however, I don't know if there was a coach around the league that wanted to be with the Eagles. There wasn't like a big-time coach like Eric Bieniemy or Brian Dable that I think was looking at the Eagles. But addressing the quarterback situation is the biggest issue to me. If you're going to start Jalen Hurts and keep Carson Wentz on the bench, that is a big issue when you should trade Carson Wentz, because that not only opens up cap space, but you also probably get a pick or so in return that can help build around Jalen Hurts. So if they keep Carson Wentz and play Jalen Hurts, that's just a waste of money and waste of possible draft capital that could be helping your team win games. However, there is a plus side. We have to remember the Philadelphia Eagles do play in the NFC East, which was clearly the worst division in football this year, but I do think it is getting a little bit better. Washington football team made the playoffs with the hurt quarterback and Alex Smith. I think they're one quarterback away from being a pretty solid team. Dak Prescott, if he stays healthy with the Cowboys, they could be a pretty solid team. Giants weren't spectacular, but they didn't have Saquon Barkley, arguably the best running back in the league. So that NFC East division still might not be the best, and it still might be the worst, but they are getting a little bit better. So the Eagles aren't going to get an easy pass like they could have this year. So they do have some benefits there, but it's not going to be easy as it was, as well as the fact that Jalen Hurts is just overall, I don't think he's going to take this jump like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. We saw Patrick Mahomes win MVP his second year. Lamar Jackson win MVP his second year. Kyler Murray didn't win MVP his second year, but he took a great jump. All those teams had great foundations overall. Kyler Murray got the best receiver in the league in DeAndre Hopkins. Unless the Eagles make a big offseason move, which I don't think they will, I do think Jalen Hurts and the Eagles will be in a slump, not due to him, but what's around them.
You mentioned starting Wentz. I think that would just be idiotic. You saw how he ran the team this year. It was very poor. You saw once Jalen Hurts came in, they started improving. They were very competitive in games. I think he went 1-3.
I think so.
1-3.
Arguably, though, he could have won
that last game. Yes, I agree with that. But he played those games good. I think that he showed a lot of talent, and I think that over this offseason he will get better mentally and physically. I think that the team needs to show faith in him, trade Carson Wentz, get him more help, because I think he is the way to go. Carson Wentz was clearly not it. He did lead your team a few years ago. He was very, very good quarterback, but he was not it this season or the past 2 seasons, I believe. I would like to see them roll with Jalen Hurts, get him some help up front and with the wide receiver core, and I think that he has the makings to be a very good quarterback, if not this year, in the upcoming years. So I wouldn't necessarily put all my money that this is his breakout year, but I do think it's coming very soon.
Yeah, I'd love to see Carson Wentz maybe go to the Colts. Therefore, the Eagles get a pick or sell in return. Carson Wentz is set. Jalen Hurts is set. But I really do not have a lot of faith in that coach. I'm just not confident in him. He could prove me wrong and turn out to be great. But from what I see right now in the Eagles situation right now, Jalen Hurts is not going to be his breakout year. Not because of him, but because of what he has to deal with on the Philadelphia Eagles.
I do agree.
For the question of the day, the all-time leading passer is, of course, Donovan McNabb. Took you guys to 5 NFC championships, was coached by Andy Reid, great quarterback for the Eagles, even made a Super Bowl appearance. Thanks for watching, guys.
2 wins.